Cisco Certified Network Associate Day 7. Welcome back everybody, I'm Imran Rafai, your trainer for this entire series. Today's video we will be looking at some frequently asked questions. We will also talk about the answers for one of our previous videos, which has been one of the most requested things on the comment sections below. So without wasting much time, let's get straight in. Before we go any further, I would first like to thank all the love that I'm getting on YouTube. It's been almost 1 year now, and there has been many people who has commented on our comment sections on each and every video of ours, and who has appreciated the work that we are doing at NetworKing. So I humbly accept all the appreciation that you have been sending to us. I'm just gonna I have taken some screenshots from the last 1 month. Of course, I would love to go back into all the comments that we have had, but it's practically not possible. So I've taken few in the last couple of weeks or 3 weeks, and I'm putting it here. So this was somebody who commented yesterday. This is from Scott. Scott says, please more videos. Already subscribed. Just watched all 8 videos and have learnt and understood more than the past few months that my teacher has been trying to teach me here at school. Your lessons have helped me so much. Thank you. Hope to see more as soon as possible. Thank you, Scott. Then there is Francisco, who says, this is a great video. I will share this wonderful gift with my friends. Thank you. Thank you indeed, dear Francisco. Soumya says, please post all the 31 videos as soon as possible. I love the way Imran sir explains stuff. I am already working in a networking firm since 6 months, but found it interesting only after watching these videos. I cannot wait to complete this course and go for the exam. Thanks for the videos, and please upload them faster. Well, thank you so much, Soumya. Next we have Darshan the uploader. He says, I'm a master student in networks at QUT, and I love the way you have explained the supernetting. I had my subnet concepts clear, was getting a bit confused with supernetting, and now all the doubts are cleared with just 2 minutes of explanation. Awesome, thanks. I'm going to keep following these tutorials for future references. Well, thank you so much, Darshan. Next we have Leo. Leo says, I very much enjoyed the way you explained the OSI model. Very imaginative detail in a way that someone like myself can understand clearly. Great work. Thank you, Leo. Next we have Sean. Sean says, thank you, Imran. I really enjoyed the DEC IBM history, as I learned to program on a DEC 10 in 1977. This was a fun video and a great watch if you need a refresher on OSI. The top-down approach was new to me. That is, instead of starting at physical layer and going 1 to 7, Imran starts at the application layer most people are familiar with. Think this would be a great way to learn, and we'll watch the whole series now. Well, thank you so much, Sean, for kind words. Next we have Rahul. Rahul says, if I had watched your videos 4 months ago, my 18,000 rupees would have been saved, which I spent in HCL company for networking training. And those guys don't even know the 40% of what you explained in 8 video sessions. Thanks, Mr. Imran. Thank you, Rahul. And Rico says, great video. You helped me understand the basics of the gateway and IP address better than anyone else. I'm actually enrolled in a class and the teacher is rubbish. Please continue to make more videos. Thank you, Rico. I'm really humbled. Now these are some of the comments that I have received in the last 1 month. I really did not have time to go through all the comments, but just know that my team is reading all your comments, and if something is really important, they are getting it to my notice. And sometime when I have time, I do get into the comment sections and reply to some of your comments. It really is a humbling experience, and thank you so much. Keep writing to us, keep commenting on our videos, and of course, more importantly, subscribe to our videos, because the more you subscribe, the more it gives us encouragement to create more videos. So keep the love coming, and we will try our level best to give you very good videos that is going to really help all of you. Right, let's get into the questions. Now I had given 5 questions in the IP address and network and broadcast ID questions. So let's look at the answers for those questions. Now let's start with the first question. So the first question says, find the network and broadcast ID of 20.120.47.225/13. Right? So how do we do? Let's go back to our magic table. So /13 is the 5th bit in the second octet, right? So if you count, the first octet has 8, then 9, so 9 will be this, 10, 11, 12, 13. So the 13th, when it is /13, it is the 5th bit in the second octet, right? So basically we are working in the second octet, so we make everything as 0 to get the first network ID. So 20.0.0.0 is the first network ID, and how do we get the second network ID? We just add the place value to the second octet because we are working in the second octet. So 20.8.0.0 is the network ID for the second network. So first network is 0.0.0, second is 8.0.0, right? So the broadcast ID of the first network is 1 minus the second network ID, so it is 20.7.255.255 is the broadcast ID of the first network, right? So we are clear so far, right? So we keep adding. So second network ID we get 8 by the second network ID we get by adding 8 here, so it will be 20.8.0.0. The third one will get 20.16.0.0. again, next will be 20.24.0.0. so broadcast ID is a corresponding number by deducting 1 from that, right? So it will go on up till let's compare our question. The question is 20.120.47.225, so it will go up to 20.120.0.0, and the next one will be 20.128.0.0, right? So the number, so the broadcast ID is 20.127.255.255, which is 1 minus the next network ID, right? So if you compare the question, 20.120.47.225 is actually in between these two numbers. So the answer for our question is, the network ID is 20.120.0.0 and the broadcast ID is 20.127.255.255, right? So this is how we do, but there is a shortcut to do. What I would suggest is the shortcut to do this problem is like this. Now we know that we're working in the second octet and we're working with 8. Now there's one secret, that every number, no matter what the block size is, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, all these number, the multiple, so if you do multiples of any of these numbers, 128 is a definite multiple for all these numbers, right? So what I do is, immediately when I know that I'm working in the second octet, I look at this number, second number, and I see where is it? Is it before 128 or after 128? So I see that it is before 128. So what I do is, from 128 I deduct 8, the block size. So if you deduct 128 minus 8 is 120.0.0, right? And the next network ID is 128.0.0. So I can immediately tell that 20.120.0.0 and 20.127.255.255 is the network ID and the broadcast ID for this question. Now, like I said, if you're getting confused, don't worry, just do how we used to do before. It's very easy, there's nothing complicated here. Find the place value, add that to the octet that you're working in until you get to the block where this particular IP address of the question is in. So if you find that, that gives you the network ID and broadcast ID, and that is your answer, right? So let's get it on the next question. The next question says 220.20.17.5/27. Now /27, which octet are we working in? Yes, we are working on the 4th octet. Now in the 4th octet, what is the bit? Now 24.0, I mean the /24 was like 3 full octet, so this would be 25, 26 and 27. So 27 is the 3rd bit of the 4th octet, right? You're with me? So we are working in the 4th octet, and because it's /27, the last borrowed bit is the 3rd bit of the 4th octet, which has a place value of 32. That means to find subsequent network IDs, we need to add 32 to the 4th octet, right? So we'll start with the first. So the first network ID would be 220.20.17.0. Why is it 0? Because we're working only in the 4th octet here, right? So it is 0. And the next network ID would be adding 32 to this octet. So it will be 220.20.17.32. Now look at the number. Our question is 17.5. So 17.5 comes in between this dot 0 and dot 31 being the broadcast ID. So our answer for this question is this: 220.20.17.0 is the network ID, 220.20.17.31 is the broadcast ID, right? So let's look at the next question. So next question, again it says 10.10.7.17/19. So first immediately we need to do is we need to see 19 is what? 19 is in which octet? 19 definitely is on the 3rd octet, right? On the 3rd octet, how many bits are borrowed? So on the 3rd octet, the last bit comes on the 3rd bit, right? So it is 17th bit, 18th bit, 19th bit. 19th bit is the 3rd bit of the 3rd octet, right? So we need to make the 3rd and the 4th octet as 0 from this to get our first network ID. So the 10.10.0.0 is the first network ID. And the second network ID would be 10.10. Add this number 32.0, right? So if you minus 1 from that, we get the broadcast ID, that is 10.10.31.255. Now compare this 10.10.7.17. Is it in between these two? Yes, it is in between these two. So this is our network ID and our broadcast ID. Now that's our answer there, right? Next question. Now this question has had many people asking me if this question is wrong. Well, this question is not wrong. I deliberately put this question there. It's a trick question. Now I know some people would be thinking that because we did /24 plus and we did /16 plus /8 plus, of course we did that to show subnetting, and I did not want to confuse you with a lot of things. But what we need to understand is the minute we say subnetting, we are going to something called classless, right? So if it is classless, we really should not even be bothered about /24 plus. So it's not like 192 is class C and it has to only be /24 plus. No, it was there. Of course I did put in there, I know, but that was more to help, because a lot of people were coming in. I just did not want to confuse a lot of things by introducing a lot of concepts. But just know this. Now I think you all are mature enough after watching all these 6 videos. Now you all are mature enough to take this concept that it is classless. So that means to say I can have a 192 with /9. Right? It's absolutely possible. So just treat this like any other number. You will only have to look at the slashes from now onwards. You don't have to look at the first octet, right? So just like any other number, let's look at this problem. So it's 192.8.31.1. Now /18 is in which octet? Yes, we are working on the 3rd octet. So the first network ID for this question is 192.8. Because we're working on thirds, the 3rd and 4th octet will become 0. So 192.8.0.0 is the first network ID, right? Like I said, we're working on the 3rd octet. 3rd octet's second bit is the last bit of the borrowing. That means it gives us a place value of 64 in the 3rd octet, right? So the first network ID is 192.8.0.0. The second network ID would be, yes, 192.8.64.0, because we're adding 64 to the 3rd octet. Now the broadcast ID would be 64.0 minus 1 is 63.255. Now if you look at this question, 192.8.3.1, does it come in between this? Yes, it does come in between the first network ID and the broadcast ID. So the answer to our question is this, right? And we look at the last question. So it is 172.1.4.5, right? And it's /20. So /20 is the 4th bit of the 3rd octet, right? So the first network ID would be 172.1.0.0, because we're working on the 3rd octet. That means everything after that octet and all the other octets would be 0. So 172.1.0.0. The next network ID would be 172.1.16, because 16 is the place value. 16.0, we're adding 16 here. And the broadcast ID would be 1 minus that, so it will be 172.1.15.255, right? So this question 172.1.4.5, does it come in between this? Yes, it does. So we know the answer is this. Now I just realized one thing, that for some reason the question that I gave, except for the first question, the second, third, fourth and fifth question, the first network ID and the broadcast ID was the answer. So what I did is I just add one more question just to show that we don't, I mean just to show something more than having the very first network ID and the broadcast ID as the answer. So let's look at this. 172.138.75.5/12 is the fourth bit of the second network ID, right? So fourth bit has got what? It's got a place value of 16, right? So like I said, you can do this. So we can do 172.0.0.0. We can start from there and we add 16. So 172.16.0.0, 172.32.0.0. We can go on until we reach a network that is encompassing this number, this IP address. So like I said, how I do is this. I know that we are working on the second octet, right? Second octet place value is 16. So I would do a multiple of 16. And I know that 128 is a number. So 60, we work in the second octet, right? So in second octet, I look at 128 because 128 is bang in the middle, right? So we're looking at this number and I'm seeing whether this number, the second octet number in the question, 138, is it less than 128 or more than 128? It is more than 128. So I start with 128. I'll say, okay, so 172.128.0.0 is one of the networks. The next network ID is 172.144, right? 128 plus 16 is 144, right? Yeah. 172.144.0.0 is the next network ID. So if I minus 1, it is 172.143.255.255, which is the broadcast ID. So if I look at the question, this definitely is in between 128 and 143. So this is my answer, right? So you can do from the bottom. You can start with 172.0.0.0, 172.16.0.0, 172.32.0.0, but you're going to waste time. You can just quickly do a shortcut. So this is more like a shortcut method. Like I said, if this is confusing you, you are very welcome to follow the old method and start doing it from scratch. But as you mature, as you do a lot of practice, I think the shortcut would come in handy. So just keep in mind. You can come back and watch this video again so that you can get your shortcut tricks, right? Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back very soon with the continuation of this series. In the meantime, like our Facebook page, that is NetworKing Consultant. NetworKing is one word, there is no double K. NetworKing Consultant on Facebook, and on YouTube our user ID is NetworKing Inc. So please subscribe to this channel. You will be watching this on NetworKing Inc. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and don't forget to share our videos, because the more you watch, the more it's going to encourage us to create more videos. If you have any question with this video or any video that we have uploaded before this, please feel free to comment on the sections below, and we will get back to you with the answers very soon. And of course, don't forget, you know our email IDs. My email ID is imran.rafai@nwking.org. I know I'm not very active on that email ID, but when I get time, I do reply. So I'm sure a lot of people would have got replies. And I also know that a lot of people would not have got replies, because that email is bombarded with email. There's so many emails that I get in a day that I really don't have enough time for this. I'm trying to make a lot of time, so very soon I'm planning something for this channel. So very soon we will hope to see something really good happening here. And like I said, you have some intelligent questions, please ask questions. What I'm going to do from the next video is, every video I will have a section where I'm going to take questions from you guys. So if I like a question, I would ask you to record a video, maybe on your mobile phones, and just send me the video. I'll put that video on subsequent videos that I would record, and I will answer it on the video. So that's your chance to come on our channels. We are a very fast growing channel, so I would like to involve as many people as I can into my channels, into my videos, and that's what gives us happiness. So thank you so much for following us, and thank you so much for supporting us. Bye bye.